What happens when we compare our body image to some unrealistic ideal and feel that we fall short? In extreme cases, these body image anxieties can damage our self-confidence and have a very bad effect on our lives. Many of us have good self-esteem right up until the early teen years when our bodies start changing during puberty. During these transitional years, our body shape may be a combination of both childhood and adult shapes. Girls may develop a womanly physique while keeping some of their baby fat. Boys may get taller and acquire deeper voices and facial hair long before they develop manly muscles. As teens become interested in the opposite sex, all these changes prompt questions of how we measure up. We wonder whether our new physical characteristics are good enough. We may compare our changing bodies to those of our peers or to images we see in the media. We may worry that our own development is not keeping pace with what is, quote, normal. We might become unsure of ourselves and begin to feel inadequate. Some become painfully self-conscious or feel embarrassed by their changing bodies. As more fat pads their frames, girls especially may become obsessive about their weight. They may begin strict and unhealthful diets that don't provide the nutrients their growing bodies need. They may begin to measure their self-worth in pounds and inches. Some teens develop anorexia nervosa. They literally starve themselves into extreme thinness while continuing to perceive themselves as being too heavy. Their body image distortion doesn't let them see themselves as they really appear. Some become so afraid of gaining weight that even the thought of food makes them nauseous. They develop bulimia and force themselves to vomit immediately after eating. Others abuse laxatives or water pills to avoid weight gain.
I started practicing bulimia. I started throwing up my food. And so I was doing that from a period about, probably from 24 to about, actually from 24 to 30, because I wasn't healed from my eating disorder until I was 30 years old. So my whole eating disorder spanned from the time when I was about 19, when I left the United States, to the point when I was 30 in January of 1993. So, I really feel like it robbed 10 years of my life. My body image, I felt fat most of the time. And I wasn't really fat. I think I was bigger than most of my classmates, but I think I was confusing my body image with how I felt I was looked at by my peers. I think I was confusing that. I definitely think there was some confusion with that. And because I was thinking that my peers didn't like me or that I didn't fit in, I was thinking there must be something wrong with me. And then I automatically focused on my body. Like, there's got to be something wrong with my body. I don't know why I chose to focus on my body as why I wasn't fitting in, because that wasn't the case at all. In fact, I did fit in. I was just normal like everybody else. But for some reason, I just didn't feel like I was.
Anorexia and bulimia are both eating disorders that can damage your major body organs and even result in death. Not all teens who are uncomfortable with their new, developing bodies fall victim to eating disorders. Some exercise compulsively instead. Others may abuse narcotics in an effort to control their weight.
I had no problem with my body. Everybody used to be like, oh, you have a great body. And I was all right with it. That's one of the main reasons I went into modeling. And my sister was modeling too, so it was fine. But as soon as we got there to the place and they hired us and everything, a very famous company in Puerto Rico.